Manyora, this is Bab Motha from Kasi Experience. We kindly ask you to connect with brands and companies that are willing to sponsor upcoming podcasts. It can be any spirit brand, it can be a cider or anything, or clothing brands. Please do make sure that you send an email to mapara.media at gmail.com or text us go Instagram or WhatsApp. These numbers, the Kasi Experience Manyora. Tango.
And which is South African people which are stupid for doing that. They voted for MK.
They are stupid for you're stupid for voting for MK now. What's happening? MK.
Like we've been led by people who told us that we should retire at the age of 65, but they are 80 and still in parliament and can't even vote properly.
I'm a foreign. Check the amount of people that are doing Uber Eats, Steady Food, and Scooter. 80% of those guys are illegal foreigners. South African president? No, it doesn't have
a government.
Oh yeah. Please, if there's gonna be a re-election, please make sure you get this mark. It's been 7 days now. It's Wednesday. It's here. I voted for the MK.
Manyora Kasi, welcome to Kasi Experience.
3, 2.
I had a flow. Mtwana skip on man. You're back once again, Joe. You're back, Joe. Skip on mnandi mtwana. How's living in the South Africa that doesn't have a president currently?
I don't know how you guys feel, but I mean, I'm my own president in my life, so I don't need a president.
Yeah.
I'm an international citizen.
You decide what you mean inside.
Yeah, young tall. I don't need someone with a huge nose to decide what I'm doing.
Are you fun against that? Are you fries of fun?
Yeah.
That one with a huge nose.
I'm not saying names though.
You're not name dropping.
Yeah, I'm not name dropping.
Do you feel like you recently as a country in one we've been through the most we've had the most rough weekend ever in our life?
We have. Some people are actually comparing it to the voting 1994. They're comparing it to that.
Like it's different now.
It is, but they expected it to be as revolutionary as 1994 was.
Okay. Those were the expectations.
Yeah,
which it was gonna be our 1994.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be our 2024 value.
Yeah, 2024, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, true. This thing with 1994, true. Like it's not gonna work because fuck man, ANC is really KZN, but like it's still number one on the national ballot, too. So what are we gonna do, Joe?
It is number one, but it lost millions of voters.
But like
compared to previous years. In 1994, I think it got like 80-something% of votes.
Yeah, cause during then it was the only party that stands for black people. Okay, not the only party, because there was like a YFP in, but like it was that party. Cause like a lot of comrades were in ANC. You get, so it was that party who took it up. Now we're here. These are the people that are gonna set us free from the oppression, apartheid
and whatnot. Yeah,
you get me. That's why it got my 87%, whatever.
Yeah. So imagine from 1994 to 2024, they lost almost 40% of their voters. What does that mean?
But like that's too little, Joe. That's too little. Joe, I believe,
bro, that's almost 6 million voters.
I believe with the ANC lost more than that, Joe. More than like what we see on our screens currently.
Yeah, obviously, if we put in account the rigging, the
100%,
corruption of the
100%.
IEC, but let's for argument's sake, let's say they didn't rig the outcomes. ANC lost almost 6 million voters from 1994 to 2024, and I'm one of the voters, by the way.
One of the voters that
they lost.
They lost.
Yeah.
100%. Kanalanja.
Are you
on?
Yeah, on.
Voters in Bujas. Ejo. Ke le bit.
MK.
O vote nje. O vote nje. ANC. Here we go again.
Why, if I may ask? Why do you think they are still
No.
like?
Yes, one thing I know about ANC people, ne? They don't have valid reasons why they're voting for ANC. Allen, what's your reason? Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one, hope for change. And then you come to me, gift. Why didn't you vote for EFF? Number one, I'm gonna tell you about their policies. There's this kind of policy that I don't like, which is open borders.
Well, okay, I voted for EFF,
What?
and
100%. Sure.
I feel like a lot of people misunderstand the EFF when they talk about open borders.
Yeah.
Young Tol, did you know that in the USA they have open borders?
Yeah, Mexico thingy, what?
Yes.
Now.
Yes. they
But
have-
like that's the thing. Batuban, begafuna ukuyenza Donald Trump.
open borders in a sense of when you move from state to state, you don't need I think it's a visa or a passport, one of the two.
Yeah.
That's what Malema is trying to do with the open borders. Not to say that the borders are literally gonna be open, like you can no.
Oh, you don't need visa.
You don't need I don't know which one is which, but you're gonna need like I think a passport, but not a visa. So it's gonna be easier for us to like move throughout Africa. Not to Woodmanche, you don't need anything. You can just come in. No.
Joe, thing is, South Africans are looking at the fact that we already in the government, the ANC, the borders are open now. Imagine if EFF were to govern and then like now they're gonna implement okay sharp guys officially borders are open. As Africans, we are brothers and sisters, so it doesn't matter you from come to South Africa. And here's the thing, Johnny. If now we're gonna open borders and allow everyone to come in, it's the same thing as Ugwako. We have 4 kids, 5 ngawe, ne? Okay, you have it's you, it's your wife, it's your 3 kids, right? So what happens is in Pegile, there's 5 drumsticks of chicken.
Sure.
You get ne? Then someone arrives unexpectedly so, and it's time to eat now. So when already you guys haven't shared those drumsticks amongst yourselves, and now there's umuntu 6 what's the feed you and I. So ni 5 anka so take out ni kunomunye fig.
No, I get your point of view, but I feel like the main problem here is not our African brothers who come from Zimbabwe, although they are here in numbers.
Yeah.
The main problem are foreigners who are illegal in this country.
100%.
Who are not even black, my brother. They're not even black. They are white.
We're talking about
Foreigners who are in here. Illegal.
ama Ethiopian, ama
Like-
Somalian.
White communists.
Oh,
People who own
yeah,
the land. People who own most of Cape Town.
yeah,
Antola, those are
yeah.
those are the people who are the problem, because Joe Ama Zimbabwean and all of them,
But they're also a flop, Joe.
they are a flop, but like they don't impact the economy as much as those guys impact.
Does
the
it?
economy.
Okay, sharp. Here's my chat name. The reason I'm saying with Yama Zimbabwe, you flop, Uguti, it's as well come on, man, in Kavis card. We have 7 minutes still in the show, and as well come on, man, Linta. You ready? Excellent, welcome to a brand new edition of Cast Experience. Still tuning in because Bidore Fadah Siskimu Ponto Saba as our co-host.
Yeah.
True.
Usinathi wakamthimule sibalepangela.
Sibalepaya las man rebelo wamjalo eh.
Sibanyoni.
Lili.
Also known as Bontu Saiba, Hosan Judge, Yoton Judge, Amaranga So Judge, Tori Judge.
I know, Echo. As I was saying, the one you been good. Okay, this thing yama illegal foreigners, and specifically I'm talking about Nigerians, Zimbabweans, Mozambicans. What do you call people from Ghana? Ghanaians. Ghana.
Something like that.
Yeah, Ghanaians. People from Kenya.
Sure.
Ne? Okay, sharp. Here's my chat. Ne? All of these people from these nations that I've mentioned, most of them are Uber drivers and Bolt drivers.
Yeah.
And recently there's this wave you with Uber drivers are now stabbing our sisters. Okay, it's been there, this thing you with Uber drivers are just doing this easy raises this now
Sure.
but like now it's come to a point where it will let you, and like there's more victims that are added to the ones that are already here. You get, I'm a foreigner. Check the amount of people that are doing Uber Eats, Instead Food,
Sure.
Scooter. 80% of those guys are illegal foreigners. Okay, let me not say illegal, but like the foreigners. And because we can't know if they're illegal or illegal. But like the fact is, they're foreigners. People that work at restaurants, not South Africa's big restaurants, but like those restaurants, Boma Tasha, Boma Samiti, Boma Fire Room, those people are foreigners. And that's how they impact the economy currently. Now.
Sure.
Then there's people who have overtake
But who owns the fire ice? Who owns the
the firearm.
restaurants?
It's white people.
Exactly. They are the problem because they want cheap labor.
And those white people are not South African. Nah, bro.
They're not South African. Most of them, they're not South African because
Okay,
these things,
facts.
they are my franchise.
Yeah,
on top.
100%.
And then they're looking for what? They're looking for cheap.
Okay, Joe. My question is, with the results that we have currently, because I strongly believe the results were rigged. You get me? I have reasons
Results were
why.
definitely rigged.
Yeah, because there's over 20 parties that are complaining. Go IEC and IEC chose to shy Sandra ignore. Like IEC chose to ignore and declare the rights. Because here's what MK's spokesperson said to the IEC.
Yeah.
Uti, you guys have 7 days. Like you guys have until Wednesday not to declare the votes, the elections. Guys, do proper counting. Count again. If it means you're gonna start all over, just start over. Because now like as citizens of this country,
Yeah.
you get me sharp. The results that we have, obviously they rigged sharp fine. But like I wanna know, Jone, which party or parties do you think ANC is gonna go into coalition with?
Okay.
From the ones we have.
So, personally, I think the NC is gonna collide with DA. They're gonna go in coalition with DA. It's quite
Sure.
obvious from my point of view
Yeah.
because a government with MK, EFF, and ANC is gonna chase away the white guys I was telling you about,
100%.
and that's gonna kind of collapse the economy.
I agree.
That's gonna put us in a Zimbabwe kind of state.
Okay.
No hate to Zimbabweans,
Yeah.
by the way. But Young Tola, the rent is gonna
Yeah.
fall, and
Yeah.
we don't need that now. We just got out of what's this COVID?
Yeah.
Young Tola, and the owners of the country are also but threaten ANC,
Yeah.
right? About the likes of Rupert,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
likes of Oppenheimers,
Yeah.
you know, the guys that own the
Yeah.
economy of the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
And they are threatening ANC that if they don't go into a coalition with
With the
the
DA, yeah.
there's going to be repercussions.
Yeah.
So if they do get into a coalition with either MK
Yeah.
or the EFF, I feel like we're going to be like waiting for something to happen. I'm a strike, the economy to drop, people de-investing from South Africa.
100% investors are gonna leave, obviously.
Investors are gonna leave.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Although
Carry on.
the DA is kind of like song Nanyas now itandi DA.
True.
Namanye itandi DA.
The thing is, I'm still confused though with you. Who voted for the DA, Joe?
They voted for the
There's
DA.
no fucking edge. There's black people who voted for DA.
Yes.
Not even to mention Amaxhosa voted ANC, Eastern Cape, Namapedi, Limpopo. I'm just saying there's people who voted for the DA, black people.
That voted
Nah,
for
nah,
the DA.
But like here's the thing, Johnny. Simon. White people only have 2 parties, if you can check.
Yeah.
It's VF plus, you want about Team Freedom Front plus or whatever, and then there's DA. Ne? So as a white person, it's either you're gonna vote for VF plus or the DA. It's only 2 parties. As black people, we have ANC, DA, EFF, MK, Action SA.
Action SA is a white party. Unpopular opinion. Action SA.
The one yaga Mashaba.
Yes, it's a white party. I don't care. No one can convince me otherwise.
Joe, what do you say there?
Check
Joe? I
the
didn't know.
investors.
Joe.
Check who's investing in Action SA.
Who?
The last time I checked, I think the Oppenheimers invested in Action SA. Please search the
Yeah, you
investors
win.
at Action SA. I think Oppenheimers invested millions into Action SA.
Yeah, you win. Mara jo.
Just because there's a black face doesn't mean it's black. It's a
Who? Fuck. Bunipale black teeth. Who are the investors for Action SA? Nyakongure that didn't palabo for one. For pillars investors. Oh one.
Who's there?
Who funds Action SA? Who funds Action SA? Tsek. Who funds excellence? Echumina didn't have. But like what I have is ANC is being funded by white people obviously.
Yep.
Journalist Action SA leader Herman Mashava has dug deepest into his own pocket to fund his part.
Yes, he's
Aye.
funding his own party, but there's definitely other funders there.
100% sure. Okay, here's a question. People are asking who's funding MK? Because like the manifestos we've been seeing, the campaigns, they're huge too. Recently, Jacob Zuma, and here's the thing, Jone, sharp, Joe. Honestly, Joe, if we can combine our numbers with ANC, our numbers with MK, net DA, our numbers with MK and EFF, Joe, there's no fucking way with it can reach our numbers with DA, Joe. There's no fucking way. Joe. There's so many black people that are voting for EFF. There's so many black people that are voting for MK, Joe. If we can, if only if. And clean, CNZ clean. Only if like we can add these numbers. So finally, really good prior.
The problem is they need to fix South African policy. How are South African citizens that previously lived in South Africa but don't live in South Africa? They live in the UK, they live in America, they live in wherever. How are they permitted to vote? Why are they still voting? Because those are the guys who are voting for the DA. The people
like
who
recently,
left after 1994 but still are South African citizens, they're still voting for the DA outside of South Africa. Why is that still permitted?
Okay, it's
Why are they choosing
but
for
like,
us?
But like Joe, the South African citizens at the end of the day, Joe, so they have the right to vote and stuff. But here's the thing, Joe, there was a video that was trending of white man who was saying he just voted. He just casted his vote and then he voted for the MK.
Yeah.
It's time Ramaphosa so in. Actually, a lot of black people don't love Ramaphosa.
I don't like Ramaphosa. I don't like his character.
100%. A lot of people don't love Ramaphosa. The only people that love Ramaphosa, it's white people.
The beneficiaries.
100%. And here's the thing: white people, they many and they have power, and also they think for the future. Because now, like, if something happens, you're gonna be excited for this moment, and you're gonna think for tomorrow and next week, while they're planning for the next 3 years. And must be a little partly a coalition, ne?
Sure.
Go ANC, there's people who really don't wanna collide with the A.
They'd rather leave the party.
Exactly, because there's no fucking way, like, call it in the party that has oppressed us before, and now like we're going back to the same fucking system whereas we're not permitted to some places or to some things and stuff. You get?
A lot of people, I mean, most of the ANC voters, they voted for ANC because they don't want DA to rule. So imagine a coalition with ANC and DA. That's going to spark a lot. And over time, ANC is definitely going to lose voters because why did they do a coalition with DA?
Okay, Mara, here's the thing, Saibane.
Yeah.
If you're going to be seeing a coalition of ANC, MK, and EFF, ne? Firstly, EFF wants Fula Chivambo as the Minister of Finance. That's the only thing, condition they're going to be colliding with the ANC.
And they want Ramaphosa out.
It's not the EFF. EFF bafuna Fula Chivambo to be the Minister of Finance.
Yes.
The MK says they consider colliding the ANC, but not the ANC aga Ramaphosa. Obviously, if MK is gonna go into coalition the ANC, Ramaphosa is to fight.
That's
You
not
get-
happening.
We're gonna see things of land expropriation without compensation. If there's gonna be EFF
Involved.
and MK involved. You get me? Don't forget with EFF it's fighters, MK, they're also fighters and they're also soldiers, whatever. Sharp. what I see now is if the DA and the ANC are gonna go into collision, right? Obviously, John Steenhuisen is gonna be put as the deputy president.
Yeah.
The VF plus. It's gonna bring back the issue ye phala phala.
Yes.
Ramaphosa goes out.
Yes.
Steenhuisen becomes the president. This thing yoguthi, and as far as it's a bursary in, it's gonna go back to being alone. You get ne? Conversations zoguthi land expropriation, it's gonna be a crime.
It's gonna be an idea. It's gonna be
So-
a dream.
So now, like, we're going back to apartheid. Not apartheid, now it's now physical. Jogon Djibouti.
Sure. I reckon I agree.
Bang.
So, Joe, I feel like if the DA was not trying to get us back into that apartheid kind of vibe, then it would be a stable government with the DA and the ANC ruling, young tall, because the ANC would have someone who would hold them accountable for whatever they're doing, young tall. So that, but the fact that the DA wants NAFSAs to be alone,
Exactly.
they want nothing to do with insourcing of workers. They want to privatize everything, which have
100%.
proven not to work also in the
100%.
UK. And they also, especially the land expropriation,
That compensation.
look,
That's
that is
their
main
biggest
thing.
threat.
It's their biggest threat, and they want to privatize everything, and that's that's a huge problem on my side, because it just proves how much South Africa is a business more than a country.
100%.
I
man.
believe that after 1994, it was not a year of democracy and what. It was
Nah.
a year where they put a stamp on South Africa and be like, no, South Africa is a business, it's a company. Because
Yeah.
you also know that we are registered as a business at the US.
Actually, as there's times where I did want to mention that, but like also I'm just thinking of our own safety, because it's things people don't know, and it's things people know but decide to keep it as a secret because of their safety. Because
Yeah.
like it's huge too. Because I remember I saw the picture, ne? I saw the people. I saw who the CEO is. I saw who the COO is. The Minister of Water, Julius Malema, is also involved. Ramaphosa is also involved. And now you're wondering why. You're wondering why Malema is not complaining about the rigging of the elections. It's only MK and other parties. Here's the thing. DA is also not complaining about the rigging of the votes. There's more than 20 parties who have launched an official complaint with solid evidence, Joe. But like still, Joe, IEC and that.
They can't do anything.
They can't do anything. IEC was supposed to go to shop. As you guys are raising a concern, you guys are giving us a solid evidence to get shop. There's some shady stuff going on there by the VDs. Okay, sharp. They were supposed to make an official statement to get sharp. Here's how we're gonna operate. It's either we're gonna recount or there's gonna be re-elections around August to July or September.
Trust, the re-election is out of the picture, and the reason why I say they can't do anything is because they not control. The IEC is not controlling the IEC, guys. We know that. Hence, I'm telling you that South Africa is a business. It's a company, and the people who run the economy are the people who own South Africa, and whatever they want goes.
It's it.
Yeah. So if the Oppenheimer or the Rupert or whoever owns part of the economy tells you that, listen,
There's not gonna be re-elections
there's
or
no
recounting.
re-election. Yeah. There's nothing of that sort that's gonna happen, then you're gonna have to go with that. And also, why did the IEC ask for the United States to kind of
To intervene.
Why would they do that?
Here's the thing, Joe. Now, Joe, let MK ask Russia to intervene.
It's gonna be chaos.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna be
tough,
chaos.
Joe. Did you have how the chaos Jacob Zuma caused, President Jacob Zuma caused when he got into the IEC thingy, immigrant?
Nah, that was
even Helen
badass.
Zille
That
fell.
was-
Helen Zille fell on the ground, on the floor.
That was badass. Jacob Zuma is a celebrity. Me, I take Jacob Zuma as a celebrity, guys.
Joe.
More than a president.
Hey,
That
Joe, here's
guy's
the thing.
fun.
Joe, I remember President Jacob Zuma, his last speech as
Yeah.
as a president. What he said was, "We shall meet somewhere." He left the podium, and
Sure.
yeah, we shall meet somewhere. Here's somewhere now. This is the time where we meeting with Jacob Zuma now.
Yeah, and no, he's making a mark. Eh? I have to give it to MK.
Hey, Joe, MK, Joe, is not even 7 months old. It's not even 7 months in the industry, but already to say the KZN is doing the most.
You know what I think the reason behind that is
Yeah.
because people have realized that the time Bafuna Uksusa Uzuma
Yeah.
from the presidency,
Yeah.
it was false propaganda. You know,
Yeah.
people, the media and the people who own the economy and whoever
Yeah.
were spreading false propaganda. They were
Yeah.
making false media statements about President Zuma.
So there's even journalists who have confirmed that our stories were actually scripted to
Yes.
badmouth you and stuff.
Yes, because they wanted him to get out of the presidency because he was
100%, man.
he was
Joe,
messing
you
with
understand when
business.
I'm funny.
Yes, he was messing with business, just like I said, South Africa is a business. He was
So-
messing with business.
This thing of people now, and it's especially it's Amapedi from Limpopo busy saying hore, the people
Mapedi.
Amapedi or Amapedi.
Mapedi.
Mapedi or Amapedi.
Mapedi.
Oh, Mapedi again. Mapedi. Yeah. So the-
Mapedi.
Mapedi, yeah.
Ufuna ukuthi bakubize Matebile.
Freestyle ejo Matebile. Ejo, a lot of Pedi people from Limpopo are busy saying ukuthi Zulus are tribalist, they voted MK. Here's the thing, Joe. Number one, AmaZulu, I understand ukuthi i-province yabo, it's one of the cash cows of the country. Like there's a lot of economic activity happening at KZN, and they also understand ukuthi cash up. Now skhathi sakababa chu. Dimalo senzela amasimba ubaba ubuyile. You get me? On the other side there's amaXhosa chu. Those people, it's ngithini chu. 80% of people who have appeared cutting edge, it's amaXhosa. They busy complaining with the fact ukuthi sihambe emfuleni ini bapava baphethe ama-casket ama-coffin ini. Kids when they go into school they have to cross some river in.
Sure.
But yet they vote for the ANC, which is ubhang.
They vote for the what?
Start. For the ANC, Joe.
AmaXhosa ahlala phi? Western Cape.
Eastern Cape.
Eastern Cape.
Yeah, it's the ANC Eastern Cape is almost
Yeah.
70 something percent.
Yeah.
Limpopo again 70 something percent. Limpopo the US because like Joe Chulas Malay, my brajo.
I feel like the ANC is not the problem. The leadership of the ANC is the problem. Hence, they removed
Yeah.
Zuma as the leadership of the ANC and Babega Uramaphosa.
Yeah, I can still vote for ANC only if Ramaphosa Sugi.
Yes, totally.
I can vote
do
for
that.
ANC.
I can do that. But I'd like to see EFF having a huge number of seats in parliament. I want to see something.
Joe, thing is about EFF, Joe, like nobody expected the results that EFF got. Because yes, EFF, I think EFF was the most hardworking parties in terms of campaigning.
True.
Because EFF, Joe, like Joe, Bebenza show with Tuki Sharp, you're gonna involve the youth.
Behambisana ne-ANC with the
100%, Joe. Just Joe, Kavama event abawenzile with EFF. Where there's Abuzile, Abusima, whoever in it.
You see, the thing is with EFF, I like the strategy EFF. That's why I actually voted for the EFF.
There. I also like the strategy of campaigning.
Because
Shit.
the EFF is thinking long term, right? The EFF did not want to win the elections of 2024. They did not want to win it.
They wanted to add more seats
They
in parliament or
their marketing strategy is approach these kids, the young people, the people that they don't
60.
Sure. So, as I was saying, I like the marketing strategy of the EFF because they think long term.
Yeah.
they're thinking long term, right?
No.
So the reason why they chose influencers like Zile, influencers that are young and vibrant, is because they're trying to target young citizens who haven't
100%.
voted yet,
Which is good.
which is great because the people
100%.
who are voting for the EFF, for the MK, which are more the elderly citizens, eventually they're gonna
Yeah, man, shout out to Abagogo Base 193 in KZN.
shout out to
Abagogo Base 193, they were receiving food parcels from the ANC, transportation, whatever, but they voted for the MK.
That's how you
Shout
move.
out.
That's how you move.
Boss move. Yeah, as we're saying.
Yeah. So they know that when 2029 comes, or even when 2033 comes,
Yeah.
when those kids that they were influencing get their turn to vote, it's gonna be a revolutionary, because now the people that they were marketing for, they're gonna get a chance to vote. So their aim is not 2024. Their aim is 2 terms from now, 3 terms from now.
No, man, Joe, that's understandable and that's reasonable. Because here's the thing. When are the next elections again? 2024,
2029.
2029. Okay, Chontwana, probably by then, Joe, EFF would have grown.
Tremendously, because their voters cannot vote now.
Yeah.
They're not of age. So once they get of age,
True.
then it's
Alright,
you're gonna
them
see
fun.
the impact the EFF has
'Cause-
been doing.
Here's the thing now. A lot of kids, our age group, they're not gonna vote.
They're not.
Busy content 5 years from now tla le bana or tla bana le bana ba 3 a thola bereka a irang a reng
Ya bana ba ba
one
five.
tswara a reng ya jona no phatheleng teng no a impereke go fotela EFF
Yep.
ka mkhubu mama sela be irang hwa ra rnya ka bana meletsa granteng. Sure, those are facts. Yeah, facts.
So
100%.
that's why I also, as a first-time voter, I was a supporter of the EFF, and
Yeah.
the last elections I couldn't vote for them because I was not of age.
Yeah.
That's why I came to that, realization with, oh, I see what you guys are doing, because they were able to grab my first vote. That's a big thing. My first
Joe,
vote.
I also mentioned that if EFF didn't come up, if MK didn't come up, I was gonna vote for the EFF. But this policy thing,
Open borders.
I'm open borders. I don't
guys,
vibe with
I
that
urge
shit.
everybody to go read the manifesto of the EFF and go check out their borderless. What's this borderless policy?
Yeah.
It's not actually borderless. The borders of South Africa already, they are borderless. There's no actual brick wall or fence or whatever in most of the borders in Africa anyway. It's just a thing of, this is Ghana, this is whatever, this is South Africa, this is Botswana.
Yeah.
There's no wall around Botswana.
100%.
We just know this is the border. So the
Yeah.
borders are already borderless in a way. There's
Yeah.
no landmark, whatever, that
Yeah.
shows you. So no one is gonna come from Zimbabwe and walk from there to South Africa, because there's already patrols and whatnot and stuff. What Malema is trying to do is he wants to make it easier for black people and Africans to move within our own continent.
Yeah.
Something that the colonizers made difficult. They divided us.
Yeah.
and all.
Yeah.
But whereas Bona Labahlala Kona, you need less things. There's less restrictions to move within
100%.
their
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
And they keep on pushing this thing of that we are overpopulated in Africa. We are overpopulated. But for example, I think in France or whatever, their population is like 200 million people or whatever. And in
But
South-
that's too small. Chief.
no. Compared to what? In South Africa, there's 60-something million of us. And in
100%.
France, there's 200 million. And South Africa is
Oh,
way
I thought you
bigger
said-
than France.
I thought you said Boma 2 million.
No, 200 million.
Okay, sure.
And in South Africa, there's a population of about 60 million. And South Africa is way bigger than France, like way
Fact.
bigger than France. So
Fact.
how are we overpopulated and they are just right? You see, so these are the kind of propaganda they keep on pushing for
So-
us to be divided so that they can conquer.
I get that. So, what's your take on this thing of Somalians of now? Hey, Jodin-san. Sharp. What's your take on this thing, Yoguti? Now Somalians and Ethiopians have just overtake the sponsorship industry, and it's been a decade now. It's been over a decade.
It has. So my take on that is that it's just the business system that they were able to come up with, and
But like, here's the thing. Now, as a South African, you prefer buying to Emakuleni than going to Hamokwena, Kwamahlangu, Wamotha, Abanespaza shop.
because Kamo, Talehamukwena, they are big-headed, and they are jealous of each other and cannot combine their heads and go and stock somewhere so that the prices can be less.
100%.
But Somalians come together, they do that, they work out a business model.
Yeah. Okay.
Bonke, and then the prices become cheaper.
Okay,
so
fact.
it works for them.
Okay.
You know?
I get you. Here's the thing. A lot of us like cheap stuff. Who doesn't like cheap stuff? Joe? Obviously, choose Fina isn't really cheap. So here's the thing now.
Yeah.
Emakuleni, they're selling maybe this bottle of water a cheap price. Where at the shop, maybe let's say by paisa 6 rand.
Sure.
Guamota by paisa 10 rand.
Yeah.
We're gonna complain with the amanzo mota hijaget, amanzo makuleni 6 rand the shop. You're gonna go for the makulas. First thing first, Joe. Amakula Joe. Ivimba, TV shows like Ivimba,
Sure.
Skipper Muffles, they're already exposing where these people are getting their stuff and how long they've kept their stuff in their wholesalers before they sold them to us. And obviously, Tina, as black people, you don't wanna sell something. Well, there's other people that are doing it. Mara, you don't wanna sell something that's gonna kill your neighbor, Sasa. Because obviously, to Soplima, when you Tamanu Selamanzo or Mota or Masha, but I give it Tamad.
That's the major problem I have with them.
100%.
They sell goods that are not good for consumption.
100%.
You know? But other than that, Mina, I feel like we are focusing a lot on people who, they matter. Trust me, they matter. They're taking a lot of jobs from South Africans, a lot of opportunities, a lot of business opportunities. But I feel like we're focusing on the little fish. We're not focusing on the whales. We're focusing
on the bigger fish.
On the little fishes. Did you know that foreigners from other countries who have law firms in South Africa are making billions out of, for example, road accident fund? They making money from our roads not being roadworthy for us to travel safely. These people are the ones that are taking the money out of South Africa.
How so, Joe?
For example, I don't want to name names of companies now.
Yeah.
But there's a company when you go Moya Emenley,
Yeah.
right? La Emenley.
Yeah.
There's a law firm, right? For
Yeah.
example, that law
I
firm.
cough then.
Yeah, that law firm makes billions of rands from people getting accidents in South Africa. People. So those are the things we need to look at. Not Somalians selling us 8 rand water. I mean, that has an impact on the economy, but let's look at the bigger fish. Let's look at the whales.
Facts. And those are the people that actually manipulate the rand.
Yes.
Those big bangs,
Definitely.
Abu SARS, what's this thing, man? But like these big bangs are actually manipulating the rand.
And we don't see them as foreigners because why? They're not black.
They white.
They're white. So
But those are the actual foreigners.
they are the foreigners who are taking the money from you. So we need to look at that, and that is what Malema and the MK are trying to do.
Oh, Joe,
Sharp, no sharp.
yeah, Joe, there's a question that I want to ask you live in podcasting. Rashid.
Okay.
Ering. Okay, sharp. Okay, Joe. Mfe that then. Joe, it home buja skada. Ka speed. O sharp mo ga bolela ke.
Yeah.
Ering. On Ering. I count that down. Okay, sharp. Here's a question, Joe. Why we're hating? Cause you said you were gonna go vote for MK, but we lega EFF. What happened?
Actually, this is what happened, ne? I realized Uguti, there was a rush in the structure plan, yeah, MK. I feel like they go Zuma. I ready selection is a high pila. And I live at like for example, region,
Yeah.
I have encountered this guy, ne? I had an encounter with that guy, and he's a pervert, he's a narcissist. So Katiputi Sohor, like, why should I go for a party knowing it recruits the pervert leading narcissist? So I was like, no.
But like here's the thing, during recruitment, you wouldn't know the skeletons are moto or moto bila wira. You'd probably find Guti in the same party that you voted for. There's rapist, there's batoa abuser, the girlfriend that like you wouldn't know, Joe. Like you wouldn't know her moto wira and behind closed doors.
I wouldn't know, ne? That is simply because batho ba ko EFF azanka ba mpontsha le site leo la bona. Instead, batho ba ko MK, they did show me my site out, and there are several meetings tailoring ki di attendile tsa mo Joburg tsa MK, and I wasn't happy ka structure sa bona.
So you're saying Hore, it's people. It's not a person, it's people.
It's not a person. Jacob Zuma ana wrong, but batho ba aba tsentshitseng ka mara MK ba iloring ba mothuso tshwara ho rana MK is not the right people.
Mara ba
And I
tsentse ke
don't think
President
batho ba-
Zuma.
Yeah, but
Because I'm
then
also in
if
the youth thingy, yeah, MK.
I think in fact the people live over Fage Uzuma, right?
No, Uzuma, AMK, okay, sharp, Joe. It is kaitan. But like,
Sure.
what she's saying is, but Zuma. Zuma didn't upon those people because I'm also a part of the MK Youth League. And Uzuma Kangazi. Like, no one from there go MK.
So why is MK attracting such people? Why is it their brand?
MK
that's
is
what
not
she's
attracting
saying.
such people.
Why are such people in the MK then?
Okay, so that's your reason.
yes,
Okay, that's the reason why.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, besides that, what's the other reason?
And besides that is that Jacob Zuma silera more for chance. So why not the EFF the very same chance
Thank
as
you.
Jacob Zuma happy?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. We gave him a whole 9 years, 2 terms. 2 terms. Come
Okay,
on,
aight.
guys. Come on.
Nah.
Let's give young
So,
blood, fresh
with the
people
results
some
now,
chance.
are you impressed? Are you heard? What's happening? Because EFF people, you guys are not posting. What's happening?
To be honest, I am not actually happy with the elections on how they turn out. The reason being is because I feel like the MK party inonyaka parking inonyaka di tendara ko parlamenteng inaka ewe yo tena parlamenteng. Actually Jacob Zuma doesn't care about being president. He just cares about tena ko parlamenteng hape. So that's what you guys gave him.
Yeah, true actually. And also, Jacob Zuma can't actually be president according to South African law. He can't be sworn in as the president. So he's just the face. So he's just getting MK into parliament.
So yeah, na nanyaka di tendara, and which is South African people which are stupid for doing that. They voted for MK.
They are not
stupid for
stupid.
Joe, you stupid for voting for MK now. What's happening? Ritlaila rena batho ba voted MK. Ai ritlaila.
To be honest,
You
to
guys
be
are
honest,
easily gullible.
to be
It's already
honest,
Tyler.
MK
You are
party-
easily
My
gullible.
sister, wait, Joe.
It's a scam.
MK party is a
You
scam.
understand politics, bruh.
Joe, what do you
understand
mean,
what I'm
dog?
talking about
I
now.
don't understand. See here, hey, angizwisisi ukuthi MK party is a scam. How is it a scam, Joe? How is it a scam? Because firstly,
Kopelo botisa question. Kopelo botisa question and kopelo nkarabe, ne? Zuma, ever since Ali president, who is rating?
okay, sharp. First
Now
thing
for
first.
Ali president, what did
Exactly.
he do for you
Okay.
or for the country?
He built two infrastructures, which is the university yago. I'm not sure if Northern Cape or Northwest K Solplaji University. He also built Northern Cape, ne? Yeah, Solplaji. He also built the University of Mpumalanga. Those are the two big infrastructures he built. Also Aloncha, the people's train, which is the current train Eribirigisa Nogukas, which is the blue train. You want again? Yeah, let's move on. What else? Oh, also free education, NSFAS.
Is it actually free? At
Go
what
vote
cost?
NSFAS.
Currently,
Go vote
it's
for
free.
NSFAS.
It's
Can
not
I
free.
just be honest with you, ka NSFAS? Wait till I initiate NSFAS free education ki EFF.
Yep.
2016.
They fought for that.
Okay,
2016,
okay,
the
sharp.
fees must fall. Give a man by
The very same-
because
EFF.
maybe we keep us a red,
The-
not say yellow.
Okay, sharp. It's fine. The very same guy who was leading Barring the Fismas Fall thing and who got arrested for the Fismas Fall, he's now the part of the MK.
We don't care.
Yeah, you would. Sihle, have a good day, Joe. Thanks, man.
No, see,
Hi.
when you're my spirit animal, me and you should go out for lunch and discuss something together about the politics. Because I also voted for EFF, and I feel like EFF should have been on the top 3 at least of the parties that won in South Africa, because this thing that's happening now, the MK being in parliament, it's a disaster.
Over 50 seats.
It's a disaster. You know why it's a disaster, I'm fun. They were actually interviewing these MK leaders and stuff, and they asked one of them, they were like, tell us what you guys are gonna do once you guys are in parliament.
Yeah.
You know what she said?
Yeah.
She was like, no, we're gonna improve the educational system, we're gonna build infrastructure. That is so
Obvious.
baseless.
Yeah.
Obviously you're gonna give me that answer. Give
Yeah.
me something. The EFF, what is the EFF telling you? They're telling you, first of all, what are we gonna do? We're gonna bring back insourcing. We're gonna build public factories that are gonna accommodate young youth for jobs.
Okay, sure.
We're gonna remove
Here's the thing,
borders
yeah.
so that we can trade with Africa and remove the dividedness that
But like-
colonizers brought. They
For-
give you things that are tangible.
For here's the thing, ne?
Sure.
With that big English, we mention our EFF, what you gonna do this and that and that and that and that and that. It didn't get the numbers that they were aiming for. Still, with those huge policies they have,
Most of
fancy
their
policies.
supporters are young youth, and that's why they didn't get the numbers. And also the reason why they didn't get the numbers is because, remember, the EFF is being painted as this rough party, as this party that is senseless and they cause havoc in the parliament and they whatnot. If you get to listen to the interviews of the young leaders of the EFF and the representatives of the EFF, you'll get to see that these people, they have South African future in their minds. You can see they are brilliant. They have a plan. Like, they have a plan, and they've been having a plan since they started the EFF. So I feel like we should give them a chance, man. Like we've been led by people who told us that we should retire at the age of 65, but they are 80 and still in parliament and can't even walk properly.
Skampesa ma EFF, barazina.
So it's time for people who are young, people who have people who have a different vision for South Africa to get a chance. To get a chance to lead South Africa and show us, we've given everybody a chance.
100%.
How about we give the EFF a chance?
It's in funny politics. You're gonna sit up until 12, Jew. Species politics, but like in closing, how are things currently? South African president, no?
No,
it doesn't have
a government actually.
Oh yeah. So
government.
No party is currently governing.
Well, obviously it's the ANC, kind of.
Yeah.
But there's no official government for the next term.
Okay.
And that needs to be sorted out.
Makes sense. Now, man.
Also, before we knock off, did you know that? You know why? I'm not for the MK, but damn, Zuma is so smart.
Zuma's been smart. He's smart. He's forever going to be smart.
Umntwana ka Zuma, ngiba ungfonela ungitshele ukuthi uZuma udlala chess na, because he played a checkmate in the parliament, because he had more than 50 seats in parliament, and we need more than 350 people in parliament to make a decision and to agree on a coalition of the South African government. So 100%. If Zuma decides that, guys, F you, I'm not going to parliament, then
he actually said, Wuti,
we are standing still.
Yes, he said they're not going to go to parliament. Exactly.
But guys, if he doesn't go to parliament, what kind of example is he setting to us?
No. The reason why he's going to parliament, he's not going to parliament. It's this thing, elections. If elections were not rigged, obviously they were gonna go to parliament, because also it's useless for you to campaign to get people, and then when it's time to go to parliament, now you don't want to go to parliament. So what is the point of you campaigning and but he begging those seats.
Yeah.
You get me? Joe, he knows ukuthi if there's gonna be more than 50 empty seats in parliament, nothing's gonna happen, man.
Nothing
dog.
can happen,
Nothing's gonna happen.
unfortunately, and there
And-
has to be a re-vote.
And I believe ukuthi also Patriotic Alliance is gonna go on a decision Zoom, which is Gayton McKenzie. Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
unpopular opinion.
Checkmate.
Gayton McKenzie. Guys, what's the ish? What's the big fuss about Gayton McKenzie?
Okay, one thing I like about him, he's so determined and focused on this thing, your home affairs and open borders and stuff.
That's the only
And
thing.
as soon as he becomes the minister of home affairs by any chance, just know the people who we refer to as Magwarakwere, Magamba, you guys, I dress cause that guy number one, he's colored. He was a gangster in his time, so he knows the streets. He studied the streets, and now he's into politics and he's doing the most. Joe, in closing, Joe, because apparently we have less than a minute.
Okay, yeah. In closing, I voted for the EFF because I believe that the EFF is the government of the future. And I believe that in 2029, the EFF is going to have a way higher percentage
100%.
regarding votes.
Yeah.
So let's just see what's going to happen in the coalition and let's see who the NC is going to go for. But guys, stay safe. Ish.
Thank you very much, man, for watching us experience. That was all, guys. If you didn't vote, please vote. If there's gonna be a re-election, please make sure you get this mark. It's been 7 days now. It's Wednesday. It's here. I voted for the MK.
Sure.
So, man, thank you very much for watching us experience. That was all from us, Ndwana. Thank you very much for pulling up, Ndwana. Yeah, we're gonna have another episode. Shout out, us experience. Shoot.
Away.
Exe Manyora Kasi, welcome to Kasi Experience.